today we are going to talk movies and muscles. Yay. So with us now, I have Josh and Lucas from the Flex Factory and also the winners of the 2019 Fresno Classics. Hey.
What's up?
What is up?
Yes, another day.
Another day.
Another day, another visit.
Okay, well, what I'm excited about is that you guys are working less clothing than you did the last time you guys were here.
A little bit.
The hoodies are gone.
The hoodies are gone. Okay, so that was about 2 months ago. What have you guys been up to since the last time I saw you?
Just prepping for the show and dieting down for it. Other than that, just getting like your body prepared for it. The food never really changes. The numbers will, but we keep the foods the same. You'll implement cardio when necessary if you hit a plateau. And then other than that, you just practice posing and do everything that's in your control.
Nice. What about you?
Yeah, cardio is definitely not my forte in the off season, but I mean, it definitely ended up getting cardio in. Did a few different things dieting wise, because I mean, with every diet you do for a show, the show prep is not always the same because as you whether build muscle, you know, the diet's always going to be different the next year around because you have more mass. So you have to always just try to fine tune everything to where it best fits your body. And, you know, luckily this year we're able to be in the best condition that I've ever been in out of the years that I've competing in these shows. So I was definitely happy about that. So, and obviously it paid off for winning the novice overall champion at the Fresno Classic this year.
Okay, so explain what you guys each won and how you guys had to face off for the last one.
So I ended up competing in the novice heavyweight division and the open heavyweight division. I got third in the open. You know, other two competitors looked amazing on stage. The novice is, I mean, it wouldn't say it's your first show, but you could still, you know, compete in that, just to still like get your feet wet, get your stage time. So I ended up winning the novice heavyweight class. Lucas ended up winning his light heavyweight class, and for that, the top winners go off and face together for the overall trophy, you know, as they say. And so it was pretty cool to, you know, have it come down to me and Lucas, you know, the Flex Factory athletes, and, you know, for us to, you know, battle it out like Arnold and Franco did back in the day. You know, so it was a very special moment just to, you know, share the stage with Lucas, and then also for Jim, the owner of Flex Factory, to present the trophy to us, you know, and be on stage with all of us.
Was it nerve-wracking? I mean, how did you
a
guys
bunch of
feel
different
up there?
emotions.
Tell me.
It was a bittersweet moment, you know. Either way, one of us from the store was going home winning, but you know, going against your friend, you know, mentor, whatever, like it's just so many emotions in one. And then seeing Jim there handing out the trophy, he wasn't doing that at all before, so we assumed it would be one of the like normal trophy presenters.
And I heard he got misty-eyed when he was handing it to you, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just so many emotions in one, you know, mostly overall just like, you know, joy, happiness. It's just a lot going on for that 1 second.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. I mean, I've been doing shows for years and always fallen a little short for getting the overall. So, you know, having Jim, you know, Jim and I just battled through this and trying to figure out my body left and right, you know, throughout the years, and then to finally be able to nail it down and, you know, be able to take off that overall, and then watching him come up with a trophy. I mean, he's been a mentor to me, is a father figure to me. So it was definitely an emotional, like trying to keep it together on stage, you know, but it's definitely a memory that will live on forever in my head, and I know it will be for his too. And then next year we're gonna try to get Lucas that overall as well. Definitely. For the novice.
Nice. So I hear we have some videos.
Oh yeah, so looks like this is my posing routine.
Do we have the music on for this one?
I did a little mix of Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, with NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye, and I finished it off with Justin Timberlake's Mirrors. Doing the posing routine, I like to entertain the crowd. I mean, nothing wrong with the slow, intricate posing like Ed Corney did back in the days. He was a master poser, you know, who, you know, has just, you know, been a huge just icon in bodybuilding, but also, you know, entertaining the crowd. You know, I just want to get that vibe and that energy back up into the crowd. So I tend to, you know, be a little bit more Kai Green-esque than, you know, the slow, intricate posing, to where, you know, people just kind of like rally up a little bit, and then also bringing back the boy bands and, you know, just having fun with it, you know, and that's what it's all about, is just having fun on stage. You know, it's like you've done the hard work, you've pushed your body to its limits, you've, you know, done anything you can mentally and emotionally, and it's for that time to be on stage and just let it all out and just have fun. So, and that's what I like to do with my routine, is just have fun, and you'll get the crowd involved, and, you know, if people clap along, people cheer, or whatever they do, I mean, it's all worth it, you know, because like I said, we only get 60 seconds to pose, so I use the 60 seconds, I just make it count. Oh, there we go.
Yay, there we go.
There it is. You can definitely hear the crowd's reaction a little bit. And about 10 seconds, it's about to go down. Here we go. Yeah, it's definitely fun. And plus, like the tan, you know, it definitely brings out more definition. And it's just fun to be on stage, just challenge yourself. Because being a football player and being an athlete growing up, and it's always just having that competitiveness in me, it's fun to just be me against me. There's no one else that you can blame on anything on, because you have to stick to your diet, your cardio regime, and it's everything you have to do. Practice your posing routine to where you can be the best that you can be on that day.
That is so incredible. Oh my gosh. That was such a great show. Okay, so you brought some toys for me to try out.
We did. So what we have here are 3 different products from the store. The Spawn one, we'll start with that. That'll be this new pre-workout we have.
I'll make it while we're here.
Go for it. So they did a collaboration with Black Market, which is another really popular supplement company we carry.
Okay.
This is Myogenics. It's the one that Jim, the owner of Flex Factory, is on the face of their product.
Is he gonna mind that we're opening this?
No, it's okay.
No.
Let's take it out of my
You can
paycheck.
sample it, right? But so as I was saying, they did a collaboration with another really popular supplement company. And they made the Spawn Reborn. They had Spawn back in the day, so this is kind of like the new version.
So you're supposed to do like a
back.
whole one, right? I think I'm just gonna do a little bit though, because I have a feeling this is really powerful.
Yeah, it's up
Probably
there.
keep you up all night.
Oh, then I'm definitely gonna do it. Is that like okay?
Yeah, you should.
That'll be a good little amount for me.
Yeah, but this, you would take it before a workout. It'll give you good
Nice.
energy, promote blood flow, good pump, give you endurance throughout it. So that would be the purpose of that product.
Does your body become dependent on these when you take a lot of it over a period of time?
It can. I mean, it's just like drinking coffee. I mean, first time coffee drinkers,
Okay.
you know, you're like up and about, and then all of a sudden, if you keep drinking coffee, then all of a sudden it's like
Okay.
2, then 3, and then it's
Right.
like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Starbucks and I'm gonna get the quad shot, and
Nice.
then all of a sudden, you know, it really does. It's just more for that, you know, euphoric, you know,
Yeah.
placebo effect.
And then you could always take a break and get your tolerance back. And then up next, we have a all plant-based protein. So people that are vegan or trying to do like a plant-based diet but still
Right.
want to be able to get their protein in, they could go with an option like this. This one, as I said, there's nothing from it. Most proteins we carry are going to be like whey or animal-based. So it's kind of like a rarity to have one that's going to have like the proper amino structure in there, and it's actually like a quality product. So that's kind of the new big thing.
And this is chocolate. What other flavors does it come in?
We have like a berry one. We have a vanilla. They kept them
What's
like
your
pretty
favorite,
safe.
Josh?
I'm a chocolate person all the way.
Nice.
Chocolate's my weakness.
You like that so awesome.
But that kind of goes hand in hand with what we were talking about with the prep, implementing different things when you hit a plateau. So this year, the plant-based one, more for health that we were using, but it could also be implemented in that structure.
So this you'd have after the workout.
You could use it in like lieu of a meal if you add the correct nutrients with it, but most people would go after the workout.
Instead of before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And vegetables, I'm looking at the like supplement. What's in this one?
So this
Why
is
is
going to
this
be,
important?
this is a super turmeric product. It's going to have turmeric in it, obviously. Great for overall health, reduces inflammation. That's one of the new things that we've kind of kicked up and prioritized this year.
It says ageless. Am I going to become ageless if I take this?
Of course, you can't get any older.
Thank you. Nice.
But as I was saying, just overall, like that's one of the new health things that we're doing diet scheme this year, and really too many benefits to list with that, with inflammation being kind of like the well-known one.
So if you have gout, that will help.
I mean, a lot of things do help. You know, you're with the gout, but it's got to be a mixture of everything in general, with your diet, your supplementation, you know, what you're actually bringing into your body. I mean, you can't just take one thing and all of a sudden your gout's gone. You know, it's got.
Well, yeah, I know, but you just take anti-inflammatory. So that's where
it can be a good tool, a good like holistic
nice.
tool.
Awesome. Well, that is great, you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Where's the medals and everything you won? Do we have any pictures of that?
I know I sent some pictures.
I sent some in of the stage shots, but mine are currently on my mantle.
Oh, okay. It was like your Oscar. I was hoping you guys would come prepared. I wanted to wear it, pretend I won it for like a minute.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
there we go. God. There's one with the medals. Be the one in the middle.
So once again, how many awards did each of you win this round in the 2019?
So far, I've gotten the novice heavyweight, the third place in the open, and then I got the trophy for the novice overall.
What about you, Lucas?
And then I took home 3, so it would be the winning my class for the novice bodybuilding, and then placing in the men's open bodybuilding, and then the classic physique.
And you said you were undefeated?
So far,
he's walked away with
the
medals.
Novice division.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, you're not undefeated. What's up with that?
Hey, I'm being a heavyweight. There's some big boys.
But you won the big one this time. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the big one. Yeah, let's say I won the NFC Championship game. I haven't won the Super Bowl yet, but that's why we got to retool and come up with a new playbook for next year and go from there. And then hopefully I can get my Super Bowl win and get that overall.
And Jim won too, right?
Yeah, Jim won. He had other athletes in there. He had a guy in the Masters. He took the Masters class. He had another guy in the open in the light heavyweight, and he won his class. So it's definitely good. It's a good showing for the Flex Factory athletes.
Nice. So Flex Factory is next to GB3, Herndon, and Fowler. And this is really like one of the best supplement shops there are, because there are a lot of ones that have arisen. And
right.
This is like, you come in there, you feel like it's home. You have like everything you possibly need.
Yeah. I mean, it's we also live what we do. It's not we're just trying to like sell you a product. If there's times where people come in, I just want a fat burner. It's like, well, definitely get your diet in first, and then come back later to use that fat burner. Because I mean, you might lose 5 pounds, but if you get your diet in check, you could probably lose 5 pounds, maybe 10, if not more, and then come
and you
back.
give the diet. That's the best
we
thing.
give
You
the
guys
diet
give
as well
diets.
too.
That's
and
important.
it's we want to educate our customers first, just without trying to upsell them or sell them anything first. Educate them on the products that they're asking for. And like I said, everything that we have in the store, we've at least tried it for taste, or at least used it for ourselves, to where we can give you our honest feedback from it. So it really separates us from others. That I'm not saying other supplement companies or stores, they don't have people that take their stuff, but I mean, we live it. We show it off. We work out in the gym. We compete. So it's a full circle for us.
Nice. So we have your information. I need to go back to your Instagram. Is it on your Facebook as well?
I don't have Facebook. I just don't. I don't know why.
I'm setting one up for you. So you'll just see your pictures float around.
That's fine. That's fine. You can just tag my Instagram on it.
Yeah, I'll manage it and everything. But no, I need to watch that because it's so much fun. When I saw that, I was just like, it definitely brought a smile to my face.
Right.
Yeah.
You did a good job of getting the crowd interactive and kind of like lightening up the mood, because backstage everybody, since it's competition, it's kind of like head hunting. It's like quiet. They're all taking it seriously.
Do you growl at each other?
I mean, I don't. But, some might. But he did a good job of just getting everybody involved and making it bringing the mood up.
Great. So what was your pig out meal afterwards, after the show?
Honestly, after a long day like that, it's just the adrenaline rush that goes into it from the morning show. Then you have a little break. Then you have the night show. At the end of the day, I'm gassed, honestly. So I just went. I had a Western bacon and crisp cut fries. Took a shower and I passed out.
I was more excited to be able to drink water. But then again, I did have a few pieces of pizza at BJ's, so I got
just if you didn't eat the whole pizza. I would have eaten the whole pizza.
I didn't, because if you do, you'll get a nasty rebound. You can put on 20, 25 pounds overnight.
Did you guys drink at all? Like have a beer?
No, I'm not a huge drinker.
I'm 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you didn't drink.
Yeah.
But this is really tasty. I like this. What was the flavor of this one? Is this come in one flavor or is it multiple?
Multiple. There's grape.
Sour grape. I love this. This is delicious. It tastes just like a Jolly Rancher. I love it. So you guys need to get this spawn. Next show I'll talk about if I was up all night. And
Right.
we have shooting to do, so hopefully.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for
Well, thank
coming.
you.
I hope people come into the Flex Factory and load up.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for
much.
having us.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, we are back with our muscle and movies. Now it's the movie time, and I have the cast of.
Justice for Adam.
I just wanted to put you on the spot like that. The cast of Justice for Adam. This is the director, Anthony. We have Nikki. We have Abby. So, explain the brainchild, how a little thought turned into a lovely short film.
Well, it started out with, originally I had done another short film, or I was working on another short film, and it kind of fell through. And it sort of had some basis. At the time, the Me Too movement was going real strong, so I had actually written something kind of wrapped around that idea. But when everything fell through, I decided I was going to go ahead and rewrite it, and I kept all the people who were basically showing the most passion and wanted to be really involved, and so I kept them all on board. And I went ahead and rewrote it. And when I rewrote it, I kind of twisted it a little and threw in some psychological disorders, things like that, because I wanted to kind of tell a story of that's sort of reflecting on something that's going on right now with progressivism and, you know, some of the psychological issues that could come along with that, where, you know, you don't prepare your children for the world, and then the world hits you really hard and you don't know how to deal with it. And so there's an aspect of this film that has its own little chaotic twist within it that a lot of people, you know, don't see coming, but that's sort of what it's talking about. So.
Powerful. Okay, so how'd you come up with this crazy creepy cast?
Nikki was originally on board as an extra for the original short I was going to do. And I basically just kept her on board. And this time I wrote a bigger role for her, and I told her I wanted her to play this bigger role. Abby was originally was the star of the original. And so I just sort of kept her on as basically a co-star as well in this one. And then as for you, I originally had someone else on board. They dropped out. Brought someone else on board. They dropped out. And I had seen you at a mixer, and I decided to reach out to you, and I basically kind of just asked you to be in it, or asked if you would be in the short
But
film.
not at the mixer. You went through a lot of effort to
No,
find
no.
me. That was the great part. Is I didn't even
yeah,
know how much effort you were going to search
I
for
went through
me.
effort to find her. So, to be perfectly honest,
How long
I
did it
had
take you to find me from the time that we
It
met?
wasn't that bad. It was like a day or so. But I had to go through all these mixer. I had to wait till the mixer pictures came up, and then I started sifting through them all, trying to find your name.
And I
it was
look
really
like
difficult.
everybody. I'm so glad you get. We look
do.
alike, so.
We don't look like everybody.
I
We're
love it.
inseparable.
We're on. Yeah, now we are. But nobody puts us as sisters. They cast us together, but they don't cast us as sisters. I don't. Are you ever gonna make us a script for we could be sisters finally?
Maybe. I'll think about it.
Okay, so Abby is the real weirdo in the movie. Abby, can you tell us how you prepared for the role of being the real weirdo? And what I mean by the real weirdo is
She's amazing.
the OCD,
Right.
the tendencies, the what a lot of people go through on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
You really did a great job of bringing to life. What did you do to go into character, and is that a little bit of your real self?
I talked to Anthony a lot about it because I didn't really understand it very well. But I think talking through it with him helped me.
To get into it, had you thought about that before, about somebody who really lives with a psychological disorder every day, and how hard that must be to have to count before you do anything?
Yeah, I have actually like my own, like I have ADHD, so it's not exactly the same, but like I could kind of go from like that feeling that I have and kind of put it into like what I guess someone with OCD would.
Right. Okay. You took
Hard
one
to
neuroses
explain.
and made it into another. No, I get it. That's awesome, Nikki.
Sparkle.
How'd you get in line for your character?
Well, just meeting with Anthony and the role that I play, I'm your roommate. So, so basically, just reading the script and being able to just put myself in. I don't want to give away too much.
Well, that's the thing. But this is it. There's a big surprise in it, and during a movie, when you know something really crazy is going to happen, you have to make sure you act in a certain way where you're not giving that away, where you're downplaying it. So how did you do that, knowing that the things that happen to your character and what your character really is like? How did you go into that mode where it's like you are who you are with a big secret? How did you get into that character?
So basically, I just enjoy playing roles that aren't me. I like to be dark and creepy, but I wasn't as dark and creepy. And somebody else fun got that role, but
I know what you're talking about.
So I don't know. It was just a really good experience, and being able to work with all of you. It's a good time.
Okay, so we have a movie premiere coming up May 11th. Do we have the flyer for that? Do you know if Michael has
I sent them the flyer for it.
Okay, so we do have that. Everybody's welcome to come, but there are only so many spaces, so
Yeah, 300 seats.
300 seats. So we do have a lot of people coming. So anyone's welcome to come, but there is a guest list. So if you actually get a hold of me, I'll put you on the guest list, and you could bring friends and everything too. But eventually, if it gets too crowded, I'll send up. Does anybody here know anybody in the movie? And then we might have to separate from that. But basically, if you want to come, you guys have my number, email, Facebook, Instagram.
And let us know that you're coming.
Yeah, let us know that you're coming. Let us know how many people you're bringing, and we'll try to make sure that you get in there, because this is like a very exciting movie, and I should really have everybody back after everybody watches the movie to explain all the surprises and how we got into it. Because I can even talk about how I got into character, because
Right.
You can't.
I can't. I can't. I just,
Made everyone's sort of secrecy.
we're all sort of secrecies. I just had to have a lot of dreams about Anthony. I just thought he was Norman Bates for a while. So Anthony, you have other projects coming up. We're filming a movie tonight that we're all back for. What made you think about this movie and decide to bring the 3 craziest girls you ever worked with back together for this project?
Well, I mean, this project is originally, I wanted to do something for the Germ, which is coming up.
What is a Germ?
June 6th. It's like a competition where you're given a theme and you're given rules on how you have to film, and you put together a movie, and then you put it up on they put it up on the screen and everything, and they have basically a screening of it, and they show all the films that they get, and they kind of do like a competition and pick which one they felt was the best one, and you get a prize for it and everything.
That's one of the biggest ones in town, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big. I think it's put on by Windsong Productions. So, I wanted to do something for that, and I'm very influenced by Lovecraft, H.P. Lovecraft. He's an early 19th century writer who wrote about, basically what they refer to as cosmic horror, the idea of seeing something so incomprehensible that it puts you into shock. And so it's a completely different kind of horror that mainstream films don't hardly ever touch.
It's for smart people, guys.
It's not necessarily for smart people, but it's just, Bird Box is a good example of it. That's a recent Netflix film that kind of had that Lovecraftian feel to it. And so I wanted to write something along those lines, and that's essentially where this one came from. It Calls. And, and that's what we're filming tonight, and I'm excited to be on set. So.
And that's why we're dressed like this. Well, some of us are dressed like this. She
I have to change.
Plays a school teacher, and she didn't want to come all school because she's a school teacher in real life, actually. So she wanted to, and then
So I'm bringing a lot to to the role tonight.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really exciting because we have a lot of our friends as extras. You have your son.
Yes, my son's going to be an extra tonight, so I'm really excited that he gets to see what Mommy does.
Maybe he might go home having nightmares too. We don't know yet. And my godson Austin's gonna be in it too. He's gonna be an extra. Yay! He's here today. And Abby, did you bring any You brought yourself in. And she gets to play the student because she's half our ages, so so she's dressed as a student. And I really love, what I love about this movie is just the imagery that we have. We get to do a lot of outside stuff. We get to do a lot of special effects. We did have a lot of special effects in the other movie, but just we get to do some exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And you made me a producer, so I'm excited about that.
Right. Well, I mean, you did a lot for this project, and you did a lot for Justice for Adam, really. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, both projects you put in quite a bit. So I have to thank you for that. And so yeah, I mean, I had to put you in as producer because you're doing so much already for the production. It's like it wasn't fair. For me, it wasn't fair to not give you that credit.
Well, and I'm shooting
awesome.
it at my grammar school, Fresno Adventist Academy, which is a very beautiful campus.
Yeah.
I think that's why I think there's so much beautiful imagery. It's a really pretty place. So, explain a little bit about your backgrounds when you guys got into acting. Nikki, you have a great story. It deals with The Rock. Any story with The Rock is an exciting story. So explain how you got into this.
So I was an extra in San Andreas, and so that's basically how I got into it. I saw it online, I applied, and then a day later they called, and I had to drive to San Francisco at 3 a.m.
And you thought it was a scam at first.
And I did think it was a scam at first because I had to park in an undisclosed place. And I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, I hope this isn't like sex trafficking or something because I'm all alone. Then a van comes and picks you up because it was all top secret.
And then The Rock popped out. This is the best story ever.
So, I don't know. To make a long story short, so that's how I started. And then also my son was taking acting classes, and one day I was just sitting in there waiting for him to be done with acting classes, and they were looking for someone to read a role, and I told him, no, I'm good. And then finally I went back there, read a role, and got casted, and so finally
Does he act a lot, your son?
So, he's done a couple of things. He's done a Chicken Shack commercial with me.
Nice. What about your daughter? Does she?
Yeah,
act?
she's done a few things with me as well, but her main passion right now is dance. So that's where she's at. So this is like mama's dream. This is my turn to shine.
And your husband has no desire to act, right?
No.
You can't even get the name of our movie straight.
No.
So. What is he called? Muscle Dragger?
I can't even think right now. What does it?
I don't know because
It was really
when we
funny.
drove over the way. You're like, he calls it that.
Yeah,
muscle
I know.
something like. So it was something really funny, but we had the Muscle Dragger people last week, so and they
Very cool. So I've done a lot with you. We've done Muscle Draggers. We've done Justice for Adam.
But you've done a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
Do we happen to have your Chachansey commercial on us? Michael, if you could get that Chachansey commercial, I will pay you $1 million. It's that good. It makes me want to go to Chachansey.
I think they just cast me because I have a really big mouth and I have a winning mouth. I don't know.
Okay, Abby, explain. No, we'll show at the end. Don't worry, we'll get to it. Abby, explain how you got involved in acting.
So I, since a really young age, I was always in, church plays or school plays, but I didn't really take it seriously until high school when I was able to join drama. And throughout high school, I realized that I really like acting, but theater was not for me. I could not do theater. It wasn't in me. So I wanted to start doing film, and I really didn't know how to get into it. So I joined the Fresno Filmmakers group on Facebook, and it took a while. I was just there, and I was, kind of observing everything and not ever, responding to anything.
You are like your character in
Yes,
Justice for
that's
Adam.
exactly what I was going to say.
And then he posted a casting call for the original short film that led into Justice for Adam. And I messaged him, not asking for the part, but asking actually information about how to audition, because I wanted to know, and I felt I don't know why, for some reason I just was I'm just going to ask him because he's casting, so he should know. And then we talked about that, and then he offered me the role. And then I just started with him, pretty much. Yeah.
You're so good for a newcomer. So, what are some of your aspirations going forward? You're gonna do stuff with Disneyland,
Oh yeah. Oh, do you want to know about that?
and right now you go to Fresno City College, pursuing acting.
Yes.
And then you're gonna go to Disneyland and also pursue acting
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so I just got a job at Disneyland, which I've been wanting for a really long time, so that's really exciting.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And so I'm gonna go down to Anaheim, and I'm hoping that I could do like some extra work. I'm really interested in that, and since it's close to Los Angeles, I feel like that would be a great way to start. And then just do some other films down there if I can.
Nice. What about you, Nikki? Where do you see your career going?
You know, I'm just happy with doing my short films and, being cast with you. And then hopefully Abby can come back.
Tell us about some other stuff that you have in the works that is coming out.
Okay,
that we should be
so
aware of.
I had just had a role for Growth with Marcus Spencer. I played a teacher in that.
You're gonna get typecast, Nikki.
I know, but I don't want to. I know I had this conversation earlier with you guys. Just I want more dark and creepy.
You gotta make her a cross-dresser next time or something. She was really a man this whole time, Nikki.
We're also actually. I saw your name on the cast list. We'll be working on Fears together.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I just can't get rid of this one.
I know.
And so that's basically what we've been working on. And
I thought you have another film coming out.
I do.
Yeah, don't you have Bully?
Oh, that I'll be working on the set with that one as well, but with Joaquin Vargas.
Yay.
And let's see what else. Yeah, just real busy. Just having my day job and then my night job and just enjoying life.
Her night job. Okay, Anthony, so tell us what the future holds for you. You have so many things. Your mind's like a million miles a minute.
Yeah.
What are some projects and some names and some that you could tell us about?
I have one project I'm working on right now. I put out like a teaser poster called Imperative. I didn't give them the poster because I didn't know if I was going to talk about it or not. But it's just something I'm working on. I don't really want to say anything about it story-wise or anything. But it's another horror because horror is kind of my wheelhouse, and it's just what I continue to do. And I am writing a full feature that I want to try and make called At the Brink of Madness. But I don't know, I don't know what. It's all about getting funding. It's all about getting a crew. It's all about getting people together.
So if anyone watching wants to donate to making a cool movie, call us too.
But it's I'm not of the belief that like you can, as a director that I can make it at some point. I'm more of the belief that I just have to kind of make it for myself. Like when I first started doing this, which is like less than 2 years ago, I told myself that I wasn't going to make it in the industry. I was going to force myself into the industry. So it's just like I wasn't going to, take no for an answer. And I just figure I'm going to continue to make stuff until, I get more and more, people to help and more investments and things like that until, I'm able to make my own features. And so if I have to start from the ground up and build, then I'm fine with that. But if I get a huge opportunity, that'd be great too. So.
Nice. Are you ever going to venture out of horror, or is that... Not like I'm saying you should, I'm just saying, is that...
The only other genre I'm a huge fan of is fantasy, and there's just no budget at this level for something like that. And that's, the first script I ever wrote was a fantasy script. And it's just, it's about 140 pages. It's a huge script. It's an epic film type of thing.
And it needs a big budget.
Yeah, and it would need a gigantic
Again, you
budget.
guys, call us.
But it's not to say I wouldn't. I've been talked to. People have talked to me about doing a comedy, and so I've considered it. I just don't see myself as a very comedic person. So, I don't know how hard that would be to write.
And you don't know any funny actresses, so
we crack them up all the time.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider a horror movie about a supplement shop that gets possessed and you get bodybuilders just going nuts because they put too much crazy stuff in the supplements?
As long as it's written right, yeah. That would.
I think that needs to be our next venture, muscles and movies. I'm going place with this, and I want some of the money that comes out of that because I want to like coin that muscles and movies. What we're doing tonight is, wouldn't you say that's more of a sci-fi movie than horror?
Yeah, it is. It's much more of a sci-fi thriller, but with some religious undertones to it as well. It's definitely has a strong religious. I put religious stuff in almost everything I do, which it's kind of a sort of a secret because I don't necessarily put it out there as like a Christian horror film. But technically, most of my horror films always have some sort of Christian theme in it because I am religious and I am Christian. So, and definitely the one tonight is that we're filming tonight is It Calls is definitely strongly influenced by religious ideology.
So that's what C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien,
Right.
For those of you guys that don't know, the Chronicles of Narnia, The Hobbit, these were also writers that it was all based on religious undertones as well.
Right.
Who were some of your inspirations?
As far as just writing is concerned, it would be someone like C.S. Lewis is a huge inspiration. H.P. Lovecraft is an inspiration. As far as directors are concerned, I'm a big fan of Quentin Tarantino. I like a lot of what he has to say because he didn't join this industry as somebody who, took classes and went to college. He became a part of it because he was a film lover. And he just sort of said, one day I just want to make a film. And it took him 4 years to make his first movie. He said he wasn't happy with it, and then he got the shot at Reservoir Dogs. So someone once asked him, what does it take to make a good movie? And he said, as long as you love films, you'll make a good movie.
That's what's up. Okay, guys, are we ready to see the trailer for Justice for Adam? It's never been aired before. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, we're ready. Let's watch this.
Student from Fresno is now stretching into its second week. College student Adam Bell was last seen attending a fraternity party and has not been seen since.
So?
It'll all be over soon.
Wow, that is powerful. Okay, guys, remember, May 11th, there's still time and availability to get some tickets before we have to be like, we don't know you can't come to the movie premiere. And then we'll have to do another film block for It Calls.
Right.
So Michael S. Rodriguez, he is another director that's part of our film block. I talk about him every time. He has a GoFundMe page. His family was in a really bad car accident 2 weeks ago. He couldn't be here today. He's going to be here next Thursday. Another great horror film director. And his movies will be at the film block, and he will also be there. What can you say about your experience with him and your collaborative efforts you guys have talked about?
He's great. He's been like a mentor to me, and he's really talked to me quite a bit at the mixers and stuff. And he's just always giving pointers. And he actually talked about an old short film I made that I put up on YouTube that I really didn't do anything with. And he happened to watch it, which I was surprised he'd watched it. And he said I did a great job. And he basically gave me all these pointers and stuff. And he's a great guy. And when this happened, it was very sad. And I've been trying to keep in contact and letting him know that I'm praying for him and thinking about him during this time.
Do we have the GoFundMe page information, Michael, from us? Okay. Because that's still active, and it's only at 10,000 is the goal. And so it's not that much. There's not that further to go. So if you guys could just donate, everybody watching today just donated $5, it would be really, really helpful. What's your guys' experience with Michael S. Rodriguez?
I've just met him a few times at the mixers and stuff. We're friends on Facebook. I've been just sending prayers for him and his family, and those are my only experiences with him.
Abby?
the same. I met him at the last mixer, and then I friended him on Facebook, and I've been following what's been happening with his family. But I don't know him personally.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember you guys talking at the last mixer.
Yeah.
And then we have other great people that made Justice for Adam into what it is. We have Danny
Cameron, he's the voiceover at the start of the trailer. That was really cool of him to put that together. He did it really fast, too. I was really impressed with how well it came out and how quickly he did it.
That was great. And we have our makeup artist.
Yeah, Caroline. She's great. She did a really wonderful job with Justice for Adam, and I know she's going to do a great job with It Calls as well.
Our video.
Director of photography Michelle Sanchez. She's done a great job, with both Justice for Adam and she worked with me on It Calls, and she worked with me on some other shorts too previously. So I've been constantly going back to her, and she has just a good eye and good talent.
And she had a good team behind her. She brought her sister in one day.
Right.
And then our ADR, which was, to me, the worst part of the movie. Explain a little bit about ADR.
ADR, I can't give you the what the acronym stands for. I can't remember, but it's basically voiceover work. You go back through, you voice over your own lines. Most people do it in Hollywood, and the reason they do it is to give you just way better audio than what the mic can.
Who's our
traditionally pick
ADR
up.
guy?
Jack. Yeah,
You don't like to give last names.
No, I don't know. I don't remember his last name.
No, and it was the worst part because it was hard for me to do. He was great at it. I just didn't know how to act like myself when I was seeing on camera. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so hard.
It is difficult. It's really difficult to pull that off.
And then we have our music person, Trisha Minty. She did a great job with the music. I'm a big fan of hers. She's a big fan of mine. So where did you find all these people? All this?
Just the Filmmakers Alliance. I was on there, and I always post stuff about looking for a crew, looking for people to work with, and then sometimes I'll just see that somebody's done work on something, or I'll see them in pictures and stuff, and I'll just message them through Facebook. So it's just about, I try and have that attitude of what's the worst thing you're going to do but say no, and so I just kind of go and message everybody I possibly can, and usually I ask them, if they're charging. I ask them if they're willing to do stuff for credit. I ask, just every question I can, and so far, I've just had a lot of great people get on board, so it's been awesome.
Do we have that Chancey commercial yet? Oh, we do. Oh my God. Okay, let's play it.
To the bounty of California and its cuisine, all in one place. Here's to endless options, endless toppings, and endless trips back for more. Here's to farm to fork and fork to mouth. Here's to the things that fill our appetite and our soul. California Market Buffet, only at your Chancey Gold Resort and Casino. Here's to great food.
I never saw this one. This is good. But now I see about the big mouth, though. They showed you eating. I love that. I mean, it makes me want to go eat. How many times did you have to retake that eating?
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
So you have to eat a lot of food? I never get cast in anything where I get to eat. Can we just, anybody who's watching, if there's food, please. Okay, now we got the next commercial revved up.
When Chuck Chancey Gold Resort and Casino is giving away 9 Jeeps, you bring your friends.
Drawings are on Fridays and Saturdays at 8 and 10 p.m. during the Jeep a Week giveaway. Only at Chuck Chancey Gold Resort and Casino. 9 weeks, 9 Jeeps, and cash at Chuck Chancey's Jeep a Week giveaway. Drawings are on Fridays and Saturdays at 8 and 10 p.m. with prizes and free kiosk swipes daily.
Only at Chuck Chancey Gold Resort and Casino.
Nice. Oh my! I want to go to Chancey now. Let's just all take a trip. Can we just our next movie has to be somehow with Chancey and Muscles and Flex Factory. Oh my gosh. Okay, so is there anything else that you guys want to promote that's coming out? Now's your time. Tell everybody what we need to be looking out for.
Just our May 11th.
Yeah.
May 11th at Fresno State.
Mm-hmm.
And The Germ. What day is the Germ?
The Germ is June 6th.
Can anybody go to that?
The Germ, yeah.
Oh, so now you guys can all see It Calls. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about, do you have a blog that's actually, or a podcast? That's what I was getting at.
I do have a podcast. It's called A Film Darkly. Unfortunately, I didn't give them the information for it, but I just basically review films and.
Well, can you give us the? Can you say it?
Yeah, it's just A Film Darkly.
So
that's
you
it.
just go on. Okay.
It's on iTunes.
Okay,
Google Play,
there we go.
You can also find it on Spreaker.com, and I just basically review films, and I also talk about philosophical concepts found within films. So.
Okay, anything else you guys want to promote? Because what happens is you guys leave here, and then I see somebody's doing some big, amazing thing, or something, and then nobody tells me, and I'm like, wasn't that on my show?
So we can come back.
That's the gets out. All right, so can I have my boys from Flex Factory back up here? Because yes, you can just come behind us. So you guys did all this good. Can we see a little bit of pump or some muscle action or some abs? I'm hiding the lower part. No, the abs. I didn't say abs.
No, I said abs. I said, where am I at? I didn't say that. What's wrong with you?
Oh, because you said that earlier. You wanted to moon the camera.
No,
I'm going off on that.
That was all you.
The Turp, didn't he say that?
I said I flexed my quads.
Oh, come on, Turp.
If you see my quads back here.
You're not getting
There you
involved.
go.
Oh, that's nice. Hey,
there we go.
Dude, you're the first guy to do this on this show. We already have abs. That is hard. That would actually hurt me if I punched it.
Right?
Come on, you're undefeated. This is what undefeated looks like.
There we go.
But you guys look amazing. And Austin, you want to come say hi? Oh my god, my godson's like the biggest cutie in the world. I wish we had your kid here too.
I know.
Tell them how old he is.
Austin, how old are you?
I'm 13.
How much taller are you than me? Another foot.
5'9".
Wow.
So, are you guys gonna get him into bodybuilding? I don't think he's not gonna. What do you prefer? Well, we're getting him to the movies, so the muscles comes next.
Get him to the men's physique.
There you go.
Are you excited about being in the movie tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you go to school at?
It's at Rio Vista.
Okay.
By
Do you do anything fun there? Any sports, any activities we should know about?
No, but I am in chess club.
See, he's smart. Everybody here, this is a smart group. I like it. Even these muscle guys are pretty smart when you get to talking to them. No, but we just like looking at your quads. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, we have Michael S. Rodriguez. We have Dr. Sean Beatty. We have Michael Carnell. 3 men for our Mother's Day special that are going to talk about their challenges. One's wife has a brain tumor. Michael S. Rodriguez, we talked about his family. His wife is still in the hospital. That's why he couldn't be there today. She had changed rooms. And the other man has also battled cancer, and he's going to come on with his mom. So if you want to cry next week, please watch our episode. Thank you.